evening. Welcome to WBS Weekend Prime News Live. I'm Anita Mwangazi. It's a pleasure to have you with us, but first, let's have a look at what's coming up tonight.
For us as a commission, we only implement what is made through. But if time runs out, we shall implement what the available legal framework.
Electoral Commission presses for electoral reforms, saying time is running out. Four people shot dead in Mbarara Bar.
As a matter of urgency, we have sat and resolved to put in place temporary.
Over 600 left homeless in Mubende following heavy rains. And also coming up in sports, Mbarara rally starts with first round in Masaka. It's good to have you with us. Parliament should speed up the harmonization and passing of the Electoral Reforms Bill, according to the Electoral Commission Chairman, Engineer Badru Chigundu, who cites the little time left to the 2016 general elections. Civil society organizations, the National Consultative Forum and Electoral Commission have moved for a number of electoral reforms before the 2016 general elections. The Chairman, Electoral Commission, Engineer Badru Chigundu, says the delays could lead to the use of the available legal framework to continue the process with its associated weaknesses.
The Electoral Commission boss, Engineer Badru Chigundu, has revealed electoral reforms are always a necessity for the country for the smooth running of the electoral processes. Thus, the Commission awaits on Parliament to have financially viable reforms approved in time for the smooth electoral processes next year.
Only point of judgment will be Parliament. I don't want to prescribe the harmoniousness, but ultimately government will come with a bill which will contain those amendments which are financially feasible.
Electoral Commission boss Engineer Badru Chigundu says civil society organizations and the political parties have drafted a list of electoral reforms they want implemented before the next elections. There are concerns the process is taking longer and may not be implemented before the next elections as time is running out. This comes after Parliament this week passed the registration of the Persons Bill that allows the Electoral Commission to use information in the National Identity Card registration to make the voters register.
So there is always a necessity to make amendments. For us as a Commission, we only implement what is made through. And but if time runs out, we shall implement what the available legal framework.
The Electoral Commission looks to release the final roadmap for the 2016 general elections, despite delays in the National Register updates. Recent data in the ID project, according to the Electoral Commission chair, is the most reliable data Uganda has had and would open space not only to the Electoral Commission, but also to other institutions once the President assents to the bill.
The passage has been overdue, but finally it came. And for us as a Commission, we are waiting for its assent. Once it's assented to, then we shall make a decision, which we shall make public.
Giving an update on the Bujiri Local Council 5 by-election, 6 candidates had been nominated. The Commission is now using the by-elections to prepare for the major elections next year.
We have nominated 6 candidates, but I heard that one of them withdrew yesterday. I will not tell you the names because I have not seen the letter. So that's as far as LC5 candidates are concerned.
Dr. Chigundu is confident the country can deliver a credible election, but only requires the backing of all stakeholders, especially the public. Alan Zmark, WBS Television.
Heavy rains have left many homes and crops destroyed in several areas of Mubende district. The hailstorms affected houses, a health center too, as well as crops. The residents are now calling on government and well-wishers for support.
The most affected areas of the district include Mairikiti, Kalwana and Bweyongede villages, where rooftops of houses were blown off and crops razed down. Residents say the rain started at 5 p.m. to the pleasure of many of them who are praying for the rains to plant their crops.
Etumanya tugenda basuza amayumba g'abatuuze abasinga nabo gali ku ttaka era basuze ku miriraano abala basuze bweru ensuku z'abantu waliwo mwami Lugo abadde alina olusuku lw'eyiika 3 olw'ebitooke naye lwonna lwagoyezeddwa.
Kati ate jjo ku ssaawa nga 9 nkuba neeyongera neetonnya kati bano abali concerned okukulira amasimu nti lwali lukize nyumba z'abantu zonna zigudde naffe tetusitukira.
Kalwana Health Center 2 and New Hope Kalwana Primary School were razed down to the ground. Area leaders visited the victims to assess the level of the damage.
As a matter of urgency, we have sat and resolved to put in place temporary structures for our staff to keep moving.
The program first is to encourage our people to plant trees which will protect their houses. We have experienced that. We have an experience that is most of these people who got the problem of wind had no trees around their houses.
Kyamukisa mubi naye tusaba gavumenti tuyambe n'abantu baffe bakoseddwa nnyo ennimiro ensuku zonna ziri ku ttaka.
About 600 residents have been left homeless with all their crops razed down.
Now, sadly, 4 people were on Friday night gunned down in a bar in Barara town. The shooting is reported to have taken place around 3 a.m. at Namuyemba's bar in Lugazi. Reports also indicate that an unidentified assailant struck the joint and sprayed the 4 occupants with bullets before fleeing. Police suspect one of the victims, a border rider, could have transported the assailant to the bar before the shooting. We'll bring you the highlights.
Finished?
Singa security ejja nekwata baba bagudde okutandika n'essaawa zebeeyogereddeko nekwata neesibawo negamba tukusibye oba tukukuta olw'okugula ebbaala essaawa zino awo ebbaala abantu we bakirabako we bakwatako abantu nga 3 ebbaala batandika okukozesebwa nga bukyala essaawa nga 5 okusangamu abantu ba 7 mu bbaala nejjako bana negamba abakyala bagalewo ate tetutegeera bulungi lwaki bazzeemu nebagulawo ate nebajjawo n'abasajja babiri twasasanamu ebbaala zino especially buno obutono bwekubbali at least ekinene ennyo tebayita 6 naye tufunye obuzibu nga poliisi tuyitamu ne tubagamba bagalewo naye bwe muvawo bwe muti ne baddamu ne bagulawo.
Very sad business there. We now move to Mukono, where traders there put to task the Commissioner General of Uganda Revenue Authority to explain the heavy rains, or rather heavy taxes collected from them, and yet their goods continue to be mishandled at revenue checkpoints. In a meeting held between the traders and revenue officials organized by the area member of parliament, traders informed the Commissioner General Doris Akol that URA officials on the Kampala-Busia border mistreat them despite them paying taxes at the border points.
Mukono traders met Uganda Revenue Authority officials to resolve wrangles as well as educating them on the necessary taxes that are required of them. In this meeting, traders informed Commissioner General Doris Akol that her officers usually charge them taxes that they did not understand and in some cases mishandle their goods that are in transit into the country.
Nembireta kuba totegedde kintu gw'omubalirizi mpita ŋŋambe nti mpa lisiiti ya kino omusolo ogw'esiringi ebiri genda wano mu dduuka ugagenda ekiwo njagala ekikwasa yensonga lwaki tulumibwa envunza kati ate no tuziteekamu omusolo gwaffe tubadde tusaba nti singa kisoboka abantu be bamu ne mu lwentu twandifunyeyo nga kanso bwe yakola neebala nemanya nti omuntu ekizimbe ndimba ndi kusasula ssente bweziti.
Accord informed them that it is everyone's responsibility to pay taxes to enable government deliver services.
Petusasuza musolo because kiri on us as citizens constitutionally tulina okusasula omusolo.
Mukono Municipal Town Clerk was also put on pressure to explain to the traders why he forces them to pay trade licenses without first valuing their businesses.
The power to give licenses tetekwa kubeera tendered onalina abakozi baffe tubasasula ate natuteekako omusuubuzi owa tenda ate naye n'afunako omuki kubanga aba alina okwongeramu ssente afuna amaki license singa tukigoberera nga bwe yandibadde members tusobola okufunamu obuzibu.
Accord informed traders that issues concerning Uganda Revenue Authority will be sorted out as they will work with the traders to find lasting solutions.
You're still watching WBS Weekend Prime News Live. Now a reminder of our top stories. Electoral Commission presses for electoral reforms, saying time is running out. 4 people shot dead in Baraba. And over 600 left homeless in Mubende following heavy rains.
Load the airtime knowing it's easy. You get it all back with Chizzy. All the airtime you spend Chizzy. At the end of the month, Chicho Chizzy. 1K, 2K, 5K, Chizzy. 10K, 20K, 30K. Chizzy. Airtime you spend is refunded. Talk and talk with Chizzy. Chicho, Chicho, Chicho. Uganda Telecom's got something.
Get back your airtime with Chizzy from Uganda Telecom. Dial *100# select Chizzy and get the total amount you spend in a month refunded. This refund can be used for calls and SMSs to all networks for the next 30 days from Uganda's most affordable telecom service. Uganda Telecom. It's all about you.
Do you recall the last time garbage in your neighborhood was collected? Have you ever experienced garbage spillage trails along your road? Now that will be history. Spear Motors brings you a hygienically safe and labor-efficient garbage compactor truck. Unlike ordinary garbage trucks, this garbage compactor truck completely covers the waste and carries 20 tons of garbage. There is 0% spillage and much fewer trips to the dumping site. The garbage compactor truck is a self-loader. Only 2 men are required for the whole operation. Local authorities and private garbage collectors, the garbage compactor truck is now available at Spear Motors, Nakawa.
Think you have nothing to sell? Look around your home. You'll find something you don't use anymore that you can sell on OLX.
Simply download the OLX app, take a photo of the item you want to sell, post it on OLX for free, meet the buyer, and tunda! OLX, everything sells.
BBS Weekend Prime News Live, welcome back. Commercial forestry is a viable business in Uganda that is only still hindered by the lack of enough financial support to tree farmers through the establishment of Trees Fund. With the level of deforestation in this country at about 70% per annum, A 2007 FAO report indicates that Ugandans are cutting down trees at a rate of 90,000 hectares every year.
Water and Environment Minister Professor Ephraim Kamuntu says Uganda still has large available tracts of land and ideal climate conditions for growing different tree species for a viable commercial forestry business, but has only remained hindered by lack of funding.
More than 80% of Ugandans use wood fuel for their energy needs, and they provide ecological value of conserving the environment.
European Union Second Secretary and Head of the Section Road Development, Bogidan Stefanescu, says commercial forestry is ideal but needs enough land such as the available in this country. Says the European Union and other partners were ready to continue supporting the private sector to invest the commercial forestry for increased timber and fuel wood outside protected areas to conserve the existing natural forest through the soil log production grant schemes.
We don't want to have a Uganda without any tree, we have to continue this. This will never replace the natural forest, but it will help the country develop in terms of timber industry and in terms of many other advantages that wood can bring.
At Uganda's independence, the country's forest cover was at 50%, but has dwindled to 20%, signaling a decline in afforestation today. European Union, the government of Uganda, the government of Norway have injected over 16 million euros in the last 10 years towards improving commercial forestry through the soil log production grants scheme in Uganda. Aaron Zmak, WBS Television.
Speaker of Parliament Rebecca Kadaga has challenged traditional leaders to ensure that early marriages and school dropouts are minimized among girls, citing the alarming rates in Rakai district. Kadaga made these remarks during the occasion to install the new Kochi County Premier Ahmed Idi Chiwanuka. And at this occasion, the Chibuli faction Mufti asked the relevant authorities to mobilize cultural leaders to have a unifying body, just like it is the case for the Inter-Religious Council for Religious Leaders.
The increasing trend of girls dropping out of school each day worries opinion leaders in most sub-Saharan countries. Uganda has of late been reported to be having the highest school dropout rate in East Africa, according to a report by UNESCO. It is against this that the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, asks cultural leaders to address the issue urgently.
Bangambye nti dropout rate yamanyi nnyo mu kyalo kino, abaana afumbirwanga bato bangi. Njagala kubasaba nti bannange muteekemu amaanyi abaana basome basobole okubeera obulungi mu maaso.
Kadaga made the remarks during the occasion to install the Kochi Chiefdom Premier Haj Ahmed Idi Chiwanuka. She also cited HIV/AIDS threat in Rakai, saying sexual exploitation and abuse should be discouraged.
The institution kubanga ebirimo gye mukola giyamba government. Mwogera ku byokusoma, mwogera ku byobulamu, mwogera ku byenkulaakulana, byonna byakuyamba government to work with you to see that the institutions revive to their great glory.
Tuyina okuuma obuwangwa bwaffe. Kochi bagirabanga akazinga mu nsi eno.
The Supreme Mufti Sheikh Zubair Sowed Kayongo during this occasion asked authorities to mobilize cultural leaders to have a unifying body, just like it is the case for Inter-Religious Council for Religious Leaders. He says it will work on the challenges facing the different chiefdoms, among which include the rampant emerging chiefdoms.
The cultural leaders' institutions in Uganda, had it not been that focused mind of our leader, most likely we would not be here today.
Omukolo guno gw'ekitiibwa ng'okwasa obuvunaanyizibwa omwana waffe, muganda waffe, mutambuze munnaffe Idi Chiwanuka.
Haji Muhammad Idi Chiwanuka was appointed as premier after his predecessor, Gertrude Sebugwao was dropped. As the celebrations went on, residents in the neighborhood were minding their business.
The Uganda Disabled Persons Health Services has started a project to provide support to the disabled children and allow them better growth and development. The project, spearheaded by Dr. Godwin Molobia, is aimed at giving dental health services to 540 disabled children in the disability homes in Kampala. The project was launched at Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped in Mengo, where the MP for People with Disabilities, Alex Ndezi, was the chief speaker.
Yes, that is one of the... At least every hospital. For my personal gain, but for my brothers,
for the good of our children.
Persons with disability, and most especially the children, get challenges in area to do with health. Accessibility is not the best. The blind are also have inaccessible problems, and then there is negative attitude in the hospitals.
And I also want to thank very much WBS. I want to thank the Professor Gordon Wavamuno for the support he has given us.
Elsewhere, renowned academician Professor Venantius Barriamureba has asked religious leaders to think about redirecting politicians by talking about issues affecting the country, saying a word from religious leaders will always be highly respected because they are often considered to be impartial. Barriamureba, who made these remarks during a public dialogue at Hotel Africana and during the review of his book, The Ideal Uganda, My Perspective, also sounded to be reintroducing the debate on term limits, citing the many countries where term limits are working on politicians for national development.
What he sees, and he also talks from his own experience the things that he's been able to do. And it's quite
do with separation of powers, issues to do with term limits, issues to do with the national budget priorities, because you have to put money where you want to see impact, its role to play. And also the state has its role. And we have to understand the roles of these two bodies. Most of the church leaders are not. And I think we'd like to encourage them to really come up and play their role.
In a government that has been in power for over 30 years, losing some of these pillars because we have disagreed on something must be a reason for all of us to start discussing about this.
We're so glad you're still watching WBS Prime News Live. Let's have a reminder of our top stories. The Electoral Commission presses for electoral reforms, saying time is running out. 4 people shot dead in Mbarara. And over 600 left homeless in Mubende following heavy rains.
I cherish children because they're important in our country. I show interest in what they do, I listen to what they say, so as they aspire to be the best, respecting children teaches them how to respect others.
You see, a good school equals to a better life.
Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising Voices.
This is for the magicians, the ones who make sure you and I are fresh and clean all day long. Amidst all challenges, they toil to make us shine. Every single day, they apply their magic to give us more than we've ever dreamt of. Magic that appeals to our senses. Magic so motherly that little angels can't resist. Only they can do this magic. Magic that makes a big job easy and fun. Buy White Star Magic Premium at any shop or supermarket near you and feel the magic of all day fresh clean.
Think you have nothing to sell? Look around your home. You'll find something you don't use anymore that you can sell on OLX.
Simply download the OLX app, take a photo of the item you want to sell, post it on OLX for free, meet the buyer, and tunda! OLX, everything sells.
Welcome back to WBS Weekend Prime News Live, to the sporting world now. The 2015 rally calendar starts with excitement at the Pine Ridge in Masaka town as the Mbarara rally kicked off. Drivers like Duncan Mobidu, Elias Chikankane, Deshkananura, Kuku Ranjit and Adam Essa excited fans with their skills at the second run stage. More action is, of course, anticipated in the three-stage run, stage being Chamugolani to Chiga Road, about 54 kilometers away.
era twebaza abategese bulungi nnyo ate ne badreva baleese emmotoka eziri ku mutindo
kubanga wensubi lwaliro okumoneka lwali tubadde wano akyavuze bulungi bw'emmotoka y'empya eri N16 akyakoze bulungi nnyo nnyo n'asabuli yakoze bulungi.
Uganda Revenue Authority qualifies for the next round of the CAF Confederations Cup after beating Algeria in Madagascar this afternoon. Robert Sentongo scored the lone goal of the Uganda Cup holders advanced to the win. Second the two Sport E in category dominance That's the sports. Stay with us now for a summary of today's news.
Nothing to sell? Look around your home. You'll find something you don't use anymore that you can sell on OLX.
Simply download the OLX app, take a photo of the item you want to sell.
Stop chasing bonuses that don't last. Bonga Forever Ever from Uganda Telecom never expires and gives you up to 100% guaranteed bonus every time you load airtime. Simply dial *100#, select Bonga Forever Ever, and talk and text all networks with the bonus that lasts. Get Bonga Forever Ever from Uganda Telecom.
Uganda Telecom, Uganda's most affordable telecom service.
News Summary is brought to you by
everybody use Movit's apple jelly. Movit's is amazing. Movit's apple jelly. Movit's is the best. Movit's all the confidence.
Electoral Commission presses for electoral reforms, saying time is running out. Four people shot dead in Mbarara. Over 600 left homeless in Mubende following heavy rains. Speaker Rebecca Kadaga urges traditional leaders to propagate girl-child education. Experts say commercial forestry could be the next big business in Uganda. And Bara rally starts with first round in Masaka.
News Summary is brought to you by
everybody use Movit's apple jelly. Movit's is amazing. Movit's apple jelly. Movit's is the best. Movit's all the confidence.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I am Anita Mwanguzi. Good night.
Zing, ultra-low-cost mobile phone instant messaging app allows you to stay in touch with friends, family, and the world around you. Designed in Africa for the world, Zing works on most featured phones and all smartphones and actually rewards you to stay in touch. Zing is 100% free to download and has been cleverly designed to use minimal data, ensuring you stay in touch for longer. It's amazing. Zing is secure and encrypted, ensuring peace of mind over time you chat. Add some Zing to your life. It really is amazing.